And they're saying like it's a save money. Like we're doing it to save money. When you think about it, it's a drop in the bucket. Like the amount of money it takes to fund these things, drop in the bucket in the grand scheme of
Someone
things.
did the math on like what laying off some of these people would cost. I think it was like $5. Congratulations.
Yeah.
I'd much rather pay that $5, bro. What the fuck? You're laying off thousands of people for no reason.
There was a congressperson who was basically saying like the amount of money they saved from firing all these people was like 1 day of spending in the US, like 1 day of government spending. So it's like, what did you really save?
Right.
You know?
And I'm not anti like reform. Yeah. I'm all for reform, bro. Like if the idea was to like examine, investigate, figure out where the failures are in the Department of Education, for example, redistribute the money and maybe put it towards funding teachers, you know, creating better programs, after school programs, whatever. And it's like, I'm all for this like real reform and like education reform and budget spending reform, you know, like that Jon Stewart clip I saw, make the military pass an audit, force them to pass because they haven't been able to in the last decade, right? Like cut funding for pharmaceutical companies because it's like, why are you subsidizing these companies and it still costs millions of dollars? I mean, for the average person to get the prescription, like what's the point in subsidizing if you still can't afford it? You know what I mean? All these oil companies getting subsidies, it's like when they're making like record profits every year. And it's like, why are there's billions and billions of dollars? You're looking at the pennies, you know what I mean? It's like you own a fucking Lamborghini, but you can't afford groceries, and you're just like, I guess I gotta cut Netflix.
Yeah, for
like,
real.
What the fuck is Netflix? Sell the goddamn Lamborghini.
Yeah, that's
like,
a good analogy.
What are we doing here?
Yeah.
Like, why are we? No, right?
That's facts.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's just there's so much better ways to reform and cut spending.
Potatoes and conversations?
No, like papás, like we're dads. You know what? Yeah, potatoes and conversations.
Like your glasses.
Thank you. Famous now.
That's very true. I forgot about that. Damn.
I'm famous now, so this is my new look, yeah. Yep.
Damn. You don't want to get recognized in the streets.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is. I go out I go outside of my house, and there's too many people recognize me now.
You want to go to Panera and order your hospital food and get it.
They're gonna get it warmed up properly.
Yeah, your broccoli soup's gonna get cold by the time you go.
Really, what it is, I don't want any special treatment.
No,
I want to be just like everybody else.
Right.
You know,
treat me like the minority I am.
Exactly. You get one TikTok at 400 likes, and you know everybody kind of
just
like, oh my
I'm
god.
Just saying.
Yeah, I walk on my house and I say, oh my god, is that Christian? Oh my god.
We have a TikTok at 6,000. I mean, it's a local celebrity here, bro.
You know
I went to the
bro.
gas station today and I was like, I hope nobody notices me. They don't recognize me. It's pretty embarrassing. It has happened one time, dude.
You're lying.
I went to Hobby Lobby. It was not Hobby Lobby. I think it was TJ Maxx, some shit like that. And we're walking out and they're like, hey, Monster, right? And I look back and it's obviously someone we know.
Yeah,
it's,
someone we know. Okay.
And we went to high school with him. And his girl, and they're in the car, and they're like, "Oh my god!" He's like, "Dude, what's up?" And I was like, "Holy shit, dude, I haven't seen you." I mean, we're not like super close, but I went to high school and talked to him a little bit. She's like, "Hey, I saw your cooking videos." I was like, "Oh
shit, yeah, I forgot. That's a deep cut, bro."
I was like, "What the heck, dude?"
That is a deep cut.
You are one of the 80 viewers of this videos. I appreciate that.
We appreciate that. Yeah,
yeah, that was crazy. I forgot all about that.
Yeah. I mean, I'm really struggling. I'm going through it, you know, like that's why I cut my hair. Which, by the way, let me take these off real quick. By the way, I feel very insulted that not once did you tell me that my haircut looks great.
I actually was. I walked in, I was like, "Is this Christian's evil twin brother?
No.
Like, who is this?"
I expected a reaction of you going, "God damn, that's zaddy energy over here."
I was kind of embarrassed coming late. All right, I said I was gonna be here early. No,
it sounds like a lot of excuses. I didn't even see an erection. Nothing.
I do wear baggy
Jesus
pants.
Christ.
I do. Trust me, bricked up since I got here. It's crazy, insane. Nah, for real, dude, you look great.
Thank you. It's funny because like literally the other day, I'm very much a homebody. Like I hate going out, and Adi's always been someone who likes to go out, and I feel like I finally converted her because the other day we're like, just getting home after like a birthday party or something, kid, and we sit down. I'm like, "Do you want to watch Severance?" And she's just like, yeah, like, of course, that sounds like a great time to me. And I'm like, yes.
It's like, that's it.
Yeah.
Embrace the loneliness. Yeah. Dim the lights, put some AC on.
I'm saying, bro.
It's nice, dude.
Yeah. Order a pizza.
We're kind of, right now, we're kind of in the middle of, like, the kids still super need us. So, like, I try to put on I love horror movies. I'm going to be honest. I'm a big horror movie guy. Like, you asked me what my top 5 movies are, and I can't think of anything but a horror movie.
Really?
I'm going to be honest.
That's crazy.
And it's not that I don't like other movies. I'm just always in the mood for a horror movie, even though they're so bad. Like,
I'm so the opposite, bro.
Like, they're so bad.
I think that's why I don't like them. I'm like, I already know what's going to happen.
Horrible, right? And it's like, when there's that one gem, it makes it worth, right? Fair. It makes it worth it. Yeah, I don't know. It's crazy.
So what's your number one movie?
Oh no,
number one movie of all time.
Number one? You straight to one? Not even like a
top
5?
3, bro. Jesus Christ.
I don't even. Okay, not even. I don't know if I could do that. You tell me. Tell me your 3, 5.
I could tell you my number 1. Right
okay,
now.
What's your number 1?
And I know it is
like Atlas.
I don't. What is
Tom Hanks
Atlas?
movie?
I think of it. On my top 3, definitely, I would say maybe 2 or 3. Secret Life of Walter Mitty.
Okay, yeah, you brought it up last time. Yeah, actually, when I was listening to the podcast to make the shorts.
Oh, really? Yeah,
you brought it up.
Love that movie. I think my number 1, and I know it is cliche. The anime guy likes an anime movie, but I genuinely believe it's a great movie. Is Your Name?
Your Name?
Your Name. It is an anime movie.
Never heard it.
Highly recommend.
Really?
Really, really good. Like, obviously it takes place in Japan. It's an anime, but there's like one scene without spoilers that it's on a flight of stairs, and I was very close to like picking that as the area of like where I was going to propose to.
Oh snap!
Like, it is such a good movie, man.
It's Your Name.
Your Name. Very plot twisty.
Okay,
it's a good movie.
That.
It's a very good movie.
Okay, what is it like? Can you give me any kind of plot without spoiling anything? He said no.
Kind of no, bro. Like that ass. Like it is very.
Okay. I mean, I'll watch it.
I will say it's kind of like a coming of age / love story between like a boy and a girl.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I could tell you this. There is like an aspect of like, it's very early in the movie. It doesn't continue on throughout the whole movie, but like a Freaky Fridays type situation where they like switch places, but they've never met each other. They don't live in the same town, but they just woke up in each other's body. Only happens like at the very beginning, but as the movie progresses,
right.
A lot of like plot twists. It's crazy. Nuts.
So it's okay, cool.
Highly
I'm trying
recommend.
to think of that Rob Schneider movie when he does that with some chick. I forget the name of that movie. It's not the animal. It's
I know what you're talking about.
I was gonna say so like that movie. I can't think of the title though.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
He switches with the white girl.
Yeah. Not as comical.
Yeah,
but
no, not the best. But
highly recommend. I guarantee you pull up a top 10 anime movie right now. Your Name's top 5.
Really?
It is very good.
Okay, cool. So Your Name.
Secret Life of Walter Mitty's up there.
Life. Zack and Cody.
Yeah. Sweet Life on Deck. The Hannah Montana movie, obviously.
right. Of course. That's not even a question. I just assumed.
For real, right?
That was
like,
the third
come on,
option.
man. I don't know. I don't think this will be in my top 3.
He's like, I don't have a 3.
I don't know. I struggle with like remembering movies on the spot, and I don't want to take up too much time. But I will say Endgame's up there somewhere.
Endgame. Okay.
Because honestly, I know it's a Marvel movie, and like this was before we were all gassed.
But as a finale of an era, it brought everything together.
I would say if the entire MCU ended there, I would have been fine with it.
If that was like a standalone movie, it probably would not. I don't think had the impact of because
it had so much build up, and it was something so beautiful. Of like, I felt like 11-year-old me taking all my toys, just going, right. Like, that's what that movie felt like, you know. So
I think for me, No Way Home kind of was like a slight
Spider-Man. Okay,
kind of like, because it did such a good job of like bringing nostalgia with what's new, and like, I don't know, they just really hit the nail on like what the audience wanted. I think, in my opinion,
I agree.
I think they did a good job.
Yeah.
It was very, and it was kind of tragic, right? At the end, it's kind of like, what the fuck? What's gonna happen now?
Yeah,
I kind of like that.
I like that. Yeah, I don't like sad endings, but I like a ending that has consequences.
Okay.
Any story that like it's not a truly sad ending, but it's like We took some L's, bro.
Yeah,
you know, I love stuff like that.
Okay.
I think that's why I really like JJK, like because during the Shibuya arc, like everybody dies.
Right.
I'm like, love that. Spoiler alert, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Love that.
So that's your top 3?
I would say that's top 3. Go. You had time to think.
I had time to think and I didn't.
I mean, you were listening to me yapping, so I get that.
Top 3 movies. I can't get out of horror movies, man. I love Hereditary. I don't know if you've seen Hereditary.
That's the one with the little girl, the creepy girl.
Yeah, the one with their head falls off.
Yeah, when she's driving.
Yeah,
I wasn't even scared of that. I was a little sad,
scary.
bro.
I felt like it was very intense. I felt the movie was less scary and more like stressing me the fuck out.
Yeah,
because it was like not only was it the what was happening to the girl and the family, but it was kind of like the family dynamic. Of the mother, like dealing with the loss of her mom, dealing with the loss of her child, and then arguing with the oldest son. There was this like hate between like he didn't even acknowledge, he didn't realize it, but she was like so hurtful towards him. I don't know. I just really love this like. It was just such an eerie feeling, right? Such a stressful time.
It gave me anxiety, bro.
But it did give me anxiety, which is great. I mean, a movie that makes you feel that, right? It was great. It was so good. And it had these aspects of like creepiness and horror and like you don't know what's going on. There's a lot of mystery involved. There's signs here and there. There's tea leaves and doormats with signals.
And you don't know what they all mean.
And they kind of wrap it up at the end. And it's a movie where you can go back and you can rewatch it and you can still see like, oh, snap.
Oh, like there's hints here and there,
When you walk in the party, they're cutting up nuts to put in the cake. You don't even realize that. Like, you know what I mean? There's stuff like that.
Got it.
There's so much stuff like that throughout the movie. And I'm just like, man, this is dope. I'm a big fan of Ari Aster. I think he's only made like 3 movies. That one, Midsommar, and Beau is Afraid. Do not watch Beau is Afraid. It is like you're on acid. That movie is insane.
Jesus Christ.
It is so random. And I truly feel like the movie is like maybe you're just kind of experiencing everything through his brain because he has like severe anxiety. And it's just so fucking random, dude. I didn't get it. I had to go online and like, what the fuck is this movie about? And if you think Everything Everywhere All at Once was crazy, this movie is 10 times crazier.
Really?
Because it's like, what the heck? And now just thinking of what happens in that movie, I'm just like, what the fuck was going on?
What did I just see?
And he says, he's being kind of pretentious about it, our director. He's like, I don't want to talk about that movie. I will talk about it in like 10 years. And I'm just like, all right, bro, relax. All right. Midsommar was great. Hereditary is great, but relax, my guy. It's not that.
Yeah, it's not that deep, bro.
And it all falls back to like having mother issues. Like all those movies.
Is that what they all are? The mommy issues? Okay.
Issues, yeah. In this movie, that movie, Beau is Afraid specifically, is very hardcore. Like mommy issues. Like I think in the movie at one point he kills his mom, but doesn't really, but does actually. It's so dumb.
Very American Psycho.
Yeah, I don't know. It's so weird. Anyways, so Hereditary I'd count as probably one of my favorite movies. I love Silence of the Lambs. I really like Silence of the Lambs.
Well, that's a classic. I'll give that one.
I think I wasn't expecting it to be that like well written. I think because I look at dialogue a lot. I look at like sometimes I'm like, oh man, that's so lame. That's so cheesy.
That's so wild that you look at dialogue but love horror movies. You know, it's not things that go hand in hand.
That's what I'm saying. Like when the movie hits, fair enough. So I'm waiting for it to be like, is this gonna be good? Oh my god, this is good. All right, yeah. And I just really like the interaction between what's her name? Jodie Foster's character and Anthony Hopkins, and you had that weird Buffalo Bill motherfucker scaring people and wearing their suits. I don't know. It was just an interesting ride. I told Ceci, let's watch it. Usually watching old horror movie or thriller movies is not the move because the feeling is just not there. Like I try to get her to watch The Exorcist. And she's just like, this movie's boring, right? Yeah. Because there's no background music. There's so many dead scenes. I guess directing back in the day was more of like from like a wider shot, I guess. Like it's more of like there's a lot more of they did way less cuts. There's a lot more of like you walk, people come in and you like it's just not.
It's more like a play.
It's more like a play than a movie. It's a lot less like nowadays where they just cut after cut after cut. My brain just does not enjoy it. Right?
It's like speed this along. Come on,
Ceci didn't like it. But when we watched Silence of the Lambs, she was just like, I'm not gonna lie, that was really good. I didn't expect it to be that good. And I was like, yeah, right? That's such a good movie. And like ever since, nothing has kind of hit that thriller besides like I Saw the Devil, that Korean movie. It's like pretty close to it. It's pretty good.
That's ringing a bell. I don't know if I've seen it.
I don't know where it's on. This top tier is pretty good.
I love Korean horror. I'll give you them Koreans know what they're doing.
Koreans know exactly.
Because like even
it's just so creepy.
Yeah, even like Parasite, that's like I guess more of a thriller.
Yeah,
I can understand the creepiness there because like these people are living in your house and you don't know it.
You don't know they're trying to fucking kill you.
Yeah, like it's nuts.
Right? It's
like
cool.
They're kind of inept and suck at killing people, but like it's still kind of fucking crazy, you know?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like they do, man. A lot of this stuff is like insane, like way out there. So I enjoy that. One more movie. My top 3. I just feel like if I had a list of movies, I could be like, this one.
Very
but
hard.
off the top of my head,
it's very hard for me to do that too.
Yeah.
The only reason I know my number 1 is because I've had this conversation before, and I've like dug through my brain.
Time.
Like, what movie will I watch again and be like, that was great?
Let's say Spirited Away.
Spirited Away.
Only because I had no idea it was gonna be that good. Like, it's not that it's like the best written story. It's not that it's the best dialogue. It's just such a fun movie to watch. Mm-hmm. Like I went in there thinking, all right, because I watched Princess Mononoke, whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's all right. It's cool, I guess. You know, I watched I forgot what other one. I was like, these are cool, I guess. It's whatever. Maybe not really my thing, right?
Yeah.
And then I watched Spirited Away, and it was such a fun movie. Any movie like that has such a full world building, you know what I mean? Like mystery and magic and like creatures and like they have the lore. It was so fascinating to watch.
Yeah.
It was very creative, right? Very fun movie to watch.
Beautifully animated.
A little girl, you know, her parents turned to pigs. She's trying to turn them back, and she works for a monster bathhouse. And it's such a silly movie, but like there are some like deeper like, you know, she matures throughout the movie, and it's such a. I didn't realize I was gonna enjoy it so much.
Yeah, no, it's a great movie. Have you seen Grave of the Fireflies?
No, I haven't.
If you ever want to be depressed, watch it. It's another Studio Ghibli one, and
depressing movie.
It is.
Yeah.
Oh, it's heavy, bro.
Really?
It's heavy.
Okay, yeah, why not? I'll watch it.
Point I did want to make is if you liked Hereditary for that aspect of like anxiety inducing kind of mystery and like what is happening right now, like what is this, you're gonna love Severance, bro.
Severance, right? Yeah, I keep hearing it's a great show, dude.
From episode 1 I was just like,
what is this? Right.
Play the next one, bro. Like, cause like it's just like, what is happening right now?
Okay, I do like that's why I don't like spoilers. I do like a movie that like or show that just keeps me guessing. Like, where is this going?
There's
like,
a lot to unravel.
I'm trying to figure it out. You know, if I can figure out the plot pretty quickly, I'm just like,
and I'm notoriously bad. Like, I'm notorious for guessing the plot because ADHD brain for some reason is really good at that.
Right.
And there so many times I was watching the show and I was like, there's no way. There's no way. Oh my God, it happened. Like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Like, it's such a good show. I genuinely believe you're gonna like it.
I gotta get Apple Plus.
I'm saying,
I gotta sell my Lamborghini.
Just pirate it. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Just pirate the thing, bro.
Oh yeah, I guess. Yeah, that's true. I'm fine online. Get a fucking Roku stick or something.
Yeah. Not that we support pirating. Pirating. One of these.
He's a big One Piece fan, so maybe he does.
Maybe I do.
Nah, seriously though. Yeah, I don't know, man. I just like movies that have like. I am a bit of a hipster. I'm not gonna lie. I don't realize I was until Julius pointed it out.
You're one of them.
Just like, I'm just like, what do you mean, man? I don't know. I don't know what it is. Yeah. I just like.
What's the mise en scène?
But you don't understand. Yeah. It goes deeper, and I do enjoy when it does. You know what I mean? There is some deeper like story somewhere in the lore in the background and the objects. There's so much thought put into like the set pieces and and it's also a great cinematography, you know, like and I don't realize it when I'm watching it, but then I watch someone break it down and they're like, oh yeah, you know, they go in from a red room to a blue lit room because
XYZ
something happened, and I'm just like, damn, that's so well thought out, like that's crazy, you know. And it makes me want to get back into reading because I haven't been reading like very well.
Oh, really?
But it does make. I wish I was that like in depth with what's going on, what's around, and like be more in the moment. And I don't know. I do enjoy those kind of movies. I've gotten out of it when I was in college. When I was in high school, I was very like, I want to say, I guess, pretentious when it comes to music, because I was like really into like progressive and jazzy sounding stuff, like weird music.
That's
and
nuts.
then I was just like, if it's not that, it's lame.
Well, like,
you know, is it
really
music?
Yeah. It's not about the notes they hit. It's about the notes they didn't
it's
hit.
the notes they feel.
Yeah.
No, but it wasn't even jazz. It was just like, just, you know, metal and all kinds of stuff. And now I've kind of grown out of it. I feel like, I think you can acknowledge that people watch and listen to things for different reasons.
Yeah.
You look for it for a different, you know, you listen to music, people just want to dance, or some people don't. Some people want something deeper, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then like, or for technicalities of like, wow, I can't believe they were able to put this many chords in the song, right? There's different reasons. Same thing.
Different reason, yeah.
Anything, music, art, movie. So I feel like I'm at a point in my life where I feel like I can appreciate, okay, that's cool. Like I see why people like that, and I like it too. It's kind of cool, you know.
So when you walked in here and I was playing Paramore, you were judging me silently. Like,
no, I listen to Paramore.
This motherfucker listening to pop music.
If it was anybody else,
yeah.
No, I love Paramore. Paramore's my hit. I love Paramore. I don't have a whole lot of songs with her. I will say one of my guilty pleasures is the song from Twilight, Decode, I think it's
that's
called.
A great song,
It's
bro.
such a banger. Honestly, not gonna lie.
I am not gonna lie. Half of the Twilight soundtrack was fire.
They were
bro.
on something, right?
Like,
the movies are really silly. I mean, they were
the
for
movies
this
are
time. It was
the dumbest movies,
right? But what's her name? What's her name? Bella, right?
Yeah, Bella.
Bella, chica, ¿cómo estás,
Yeah.
loca?
Yeah,
What is it?
where you
Loca?
been, loca?
Where you been, loca? And
Look,
the fake baby, and like
we should do a podcast on that. We should rewatch the movies and just talk about it.
They're bad, dude.
They're so bad.
Yeah.
Even.
But the music,
fire.
Muse and Paramore.
Yeah,
and
I think they had like Arcade Fire on there. Like, what?
Yeah, it's pretty on point. Yeah.
Like, oh my god, fire soundtrack.
It kept me through. I was like, what song's coming next?
What song's coming next? Yeah,
bet you got me hooked.
I hear Haley Williams pop out on the track. I'm like, this movie got me.
No, you're not lying, dude.
Terrible movies. I remember because they came out like when we were in high school. I thought they were crappy movies.
Yeah.
And I watched them as an adult. I was like, no, I was right. I was on to something. These are terrible.
right.
The whole final, I don't want to talk about Twilight forever, but the last movie when they have that big fight, I remember sitting up in my chair like, did this just get good?
Right.
When he breaks the dad's head off and just holds it, I was like, that's nuts.
Crazy. I didn't think they were gonna go for it. First of all, I forgot he died. That's crazy.
What is it? It's like Carmyle? Carmyle? I want to say it's Carmyle.
I don't know. You got me there.
Yeah, sure. But yeah, like he just holds it out. I'm like, yo, this movie just got good.
It only took 6 movies.
And they're like murdering each other, and then it ends, and it was like, oh, it was all a vision by Alice. And I'm like,
some Final Destination.
Jesus
Shit.
Like, Jesus Christ, man.
Which I love the Final Destination movies.
They weren't bad.
I'm not that into like gore anymore.
Yeah.
Like Saw movies, I never got into them, but those movies, they were just nostalgic for me. The one and two, like a long time ago. There's certain movies that just straight nostalgia. I know that for a fact that it's not a good movie, but
honestly, I feel that way about Space Jam.
Space Jam. Okay, yeah. I mean, fuck Space Jam.
If you look at Space Jam, like to this day, I will rewatch Space Jam if it's on. But if you look at Space Jam, it's just a 90-minute commercial.
Yeah,
there's one point where the guy comes in, he's like, hey, Michael, grab your Nikes, your Wheaties, and like your Gatorade or something. Like he just names out every sponsor and is like, let's go. And I'm just like, yeah, but he just like plug these things.
That's all kid animations though. Like
that's true.
Every single, like the reason why Teen Titans got canceled is because they felt like they weren't selling enough toys.
Really? Is that the reason?
All the stuff, Cowboy Bebop, right? They told her, the mangaka or whatever, to like, we need you to make something to sell
toys,
sell fucking space. Something like that, space toys, and they're like, "Fuck, this is gonna be a fucking western." I don't give a shit. Well, it's not a western, but it's gonna be a bounty hunter or some shit like that. Like, it's all about selling toys. Every kid show out there is like, how can we sell more toys?
Yeah.
And that's the problem with Marvel movies now. That becomes so. Star Wars movies, they're hardcore. Like, can we sell this on the shelves?
True.
I mean, that's their biggest thing, though. Star Wars has always been heavy.
Oh yeah, into merchandising,
merch. You know what I mean?
That's why every time when the movie comes out, they have a new cute little critter.
Yeah,
you know, like.
Did we talk about Spaceballs last time?
I don't know.
Was that in person?
I don't.
Oh, you know the movie Spaceballs?
No.
You never seen Spaceballs?
No.
Okay, so it's like a parody of Star Wars back in. It came out in the 80s.
Okay.
And it's I forgot what's his name. The guy from Honey, I Shrunk the Kids with the glasses.
Yeah.
His wife died. He quit acting for a long time. Now he's back. Anyways, he has a giant ass helmet. He's just Darth Vader. He looks so silly.
Okay.
And instead of having lightsabers, they have light rings, and then they hold it like on their. They fight like that. Like
that's
like
ridiculous.
They're pretending to like swing dicks at each other.
Jesus Christ!
And there's some really funny jokes on there, right? They're like hide our footprints from the sand, like walking through the sand, comb the sand, hide our foot, and there's 3 guys holding a giant comb. like it's just very silly.
Christ.
But they actually asked George Lucas, "Can we make the movie? It's a parody of Star Wars," and they said, "Okay." They had 2 requirements they had to meet. First of all, the main character cannot look like Han Solo.
Okay.
Right? So they made him look like Indiana Jones instead.
That's funny.
And the second of all is they can't sell merch.
They can't sell merch.
Yeah. They have to like no merch for the movie at all.
That makes sense.
They're like, all right, cool. So it's like John Candy's in it. There's a lot of famous people in the 80s. It's a silly movie, but they do not play around about merch, dude. Merch is all they get. Like they make whatever they make on movies, they make 10 times as much in merch. You know? So
that's why even you look at Spider-Man, where when Disney had that deal with Sony, they were like, you can have the movie revenue. But the merch revenue, that's ours. Because they know that's where the money's at.
I mean, can you believe Sony didn't buy the rest of fucking Marvel, dude?
It's not.
When they were going bankrupt, they bought Spider-Man. And they're like, you don't want Thor? You don't want the Avengers?
They were like, nobody else cares about
They're like, the only one people care about is Spider-Man.
Which, to be fair, they were right.
I mean,
at the time, they were
but
right.
Why not?
I get if you get them for pennies on the dollar.
They got them for super cheap. Which is still insane to me that they bought the Spider-Man verse.
What is nuts is how Disney was able to make people care about these characters.
Yeah, that's true.
Because nobody gave a crap about Iron Man, bro.
Right,
like nobody cared about Iron Man.
I thought he was Mexican. Like watching the cartoons growing up, he looks Mexican.
He looks Mexican.
With the Antonio Stark, bro. That man has got to be Latino. Yeah, at least Puerto Rican or something.
For real, man.
But turns out he's white.
Yeah, and then the alcoholism. I was like, yeah, he's Latino, bro.
Come on,
like,
bro.
Come on, man.
Yeah, daddy issues. Come on, man. He's got to be Latino. Nah, bro. Though it's funny because I don't know. I don't understand why they didn't take that up. That's insane.
I don't. I just want to interrupt this segment to say, if you're really liking this content, if you're liking this conversation between these 2 papas, please like, comment, subscribe, share, all that good stuff.
All the goodness.
Yeah, we really appreciate it, and it helps us tremendously.
Have you heard of did you see that the MLB came out with some hats for each team? And then instead of they take the team name and then they just put a giant letter in the front, in the middle, right? For
it's Texas, isn't it?
Texas. Did you see it? Did you see it?
I don't. I haven't seen it. I don't know what you're talking about. But I just knew as soon as you said hat, I was like,
think about it.
Texas.
How do you spell Texas?
Big T.
How do you spell it?
EXAS.
And you put a T in the middle. What does that spell instead of an X?
Tetas.
They came out with
That's pretty good.
And they literally had to like recall the hat. They're like, we didn't realize it was come on, bro.
Like,
you didn't realize it spelled tetas.
You're in Texas.
A lot of them are bad. A lot of the MLB hats are bad.
Like if you were in like, I don't know, Rhode Island, get it. You're in Texas, bro. You got at least one Hispanic dude working there, bro.
Astros, this shit says assholes.
Why would you?
Assholes. Angel says anals, basically. Anal.
My thing is like, this had several steps.
Yeah.
There was at least like 4 or 5 people that gave the green light on this, you know, and all of them were like, yeah, looks good to me.
No, they love it, dude. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's so funny.
Crazy.
So it's just a lot of them are just like, nah, dude, y'all need to take this down, bro. Like this is not right. Yeah, that was hilarious. And the hat got recalled. They stopped doing it, but people are like online aggressively trying to find that hat.
They're gonna be worth money.
Have you heard of the brainrot binder?
Brain rot binder.
You know, if we had a producer show up to work today, I wouldn't. We wouldn't be in a situation right now. This is what the kids are up to nowadays, bro. I don't know if you know this, but there's a guy who shows up to random places, doesn't say a word, and he shows people a binder full of brain rot, and they're just like, interesting. He's showing this kid. It's just a binder full of brain. I don't know why I found it so funny. And this kid actually goes along with it because he knows what's going on. But like the random, like viejita is like, what the fuck am I looking at right now? And everybody starts pulling, like, what does this mean? What does this mean?
If you gave me a binder full of these random ass images,
yeah,
I like.
He just starts showing.
She's just going, oh.
He's showing people, and they're just like, what does that mean?
I would be scared, bro.
He doesn't say a word.
Yeah, he doesn't say anything.
He doesn't say a word.
I would be so terrified.
Yeah.
I would immediately walk away. I'm like, there's something wrong with this man. I don't know.
There's the whole, there's like, it's so funny. I don't know what. It's just so the absurdity of it. I don't know.
No,
it's hilarious.
I can only imagine that happened to me, and I would be scared, bro.
You start to swing on this man.
Yo, facts. I'm like, yo, what are you trying to do right now?
Right.
But that's nuts.
That's so funny, dude. I don't know what to tell you, man. I thought it was hilarious.
I mean, it's funny. I don't know if I'd.
He said, I don't want it on my time.
I don't want it on my time. Like facts. I was gonna say back to your baseball thing. It did remind me. There was this minor league baseball team called the Oyster Catchers from Chesapeake Bay. They were like doing new logos for some specific thing. Look at their logo.
Hey, yo, no shit. Nah, ain't no way, dude.
It is real. I swear to God.
There's no way they didn't know what they were doing.
I mean, they probably knew what they were doing. Come on.
Yeah,
like that is so
bro.
on the nose, dude.
Literally anything else you could have fucking done.
Yeah.
The mittens could have been a fucking clam. A clam.
I'm saying,
you know what
bro.
I mean? Like, that is insane. Who made this logo, bro? Nah.
Again, like to go through like 4 steps of like, green light it, you know? Like that's nuts. First comment's like, I love minor league baseball teams.
Minor league baseball teams, yeah. Oh, wait, did you know we lost a follower? What's up with that, man?
You're lying.
How dare you?
How dare you
Fuck us
unfollow?
Over, bro.
I'm saying, bro.
It's your crazy political views, man. That's what's.
I'm too radical.
You're too radical.
Fuck
the people. Corporations are everything. Save America.
It's.
How dare you?
It's because I have Asperger's. Just
you
like
got Ben and Jerry's fired.
Just like our Lord and Savior Elon.
You got the band from Ben and Jerry's fired.
If I had that much pull, bro. God.
No, I don't know. I think there might be a glitch with YouTube because my Commander channel, like, it went up one and then it went either someone just like, all right, anything this guy's in, delete it.
Yeah.
Like,
so what you're telling me, it's really your fault, not me.
It's really me.
Way to pass the buck there, bud.
Somebody is like, delete, fuck this guy, any social media platform that he's on, get him out of my face, which I can see, man. Why not? You know,
sure.
Looking at my ugly mug.
I mean,
my horrible crack jokes.
I would, build up your confidence right now, but still, no.
He's like, but you haven't lied. I'm waiting on you. I'm waiting on the lie to come.
I was waiting for like a reciprocation, but you never complimented anything about it.
You're right. I'm so sorry, dude. I apologize.
But
great hair, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah, great tattoo. What'd you get?
Because I told you I was getting a tattoo.
He's like, that was my excuse. That's right. Yeah.
No. I did go get a tattoo. We didn't finish, but I was getting I don't know if you've seen Arcane,
the
League of Legends show.
Yeah,
there's a character named Jinx.
Okay,
who is dope. I like her. She's cool. She's insane.
She's one of like 200 characters.
Yeah. I've never played League of Legends.
Oh, it's like 1,000. Oh, you just like it from the show?
Yeah, the show. I've never played it. The show is very good. Great like character building. But anyway,
cool.
I got her done. We did like the outline in black, but my artist got his like entire torso done the day before. So like he was suffering. I walked in and he was popping Advil.
He's like, yeah, dude, I got you.
Yeah.
Sit down right now.
And so he's tattooing me or whatever. And he's like, how you holding up? I'm like, I'm good. How are you holding up, sir?
He's like, I'm good. Bleeding. He's just bleeding through his shirt.
Yeah. And like, I can see like, as he's tattooing, he's just like, oh.
Yeah.
And like, he stops, he goes, all right, so the outline's done. And he just kind of looks at me for a bit. And I'm like, do you want to just like reschedule the rest, bro? He's like, I'm thinking about it. I'm like, it's cool, man. Like it's no biggie. So right now I have the outline done, which it looks nice.
Yeah. Where'd you get it?
On my thigh.
Oh, okay.
I'm running out of room on my arms.
Yeah, I see that.
I got it on my thigh.
What do you have right there?
It's a Miles Morales Spider-Man.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Like if you flip it over, I just see that arm, it's just the arm. Leg thing. It looks like some xenomorph shit. It's webbing. That's what that is.
I see. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I can see how you see that.
Yeah.
I got Miles Morales Spider-Man there. I have obviously a shit ton of anime characters. But my two favorite are obviously like Toto right here. And I have Bulma on my leg.
Oh, nice.
With Adi's name under it.
Oh, okay, cool. Dang. I feel like you're showing me that.
Probably.
I just imagine it. I'm always imagining Christians.
I mean, that's the after hour show, right, bro. Right. You got to subscribe to our Patreon for that one.
That's why I realized your hair. I was too busy looking at your leg.
I didn't see your hair because I was too busy looking down, like, wonder what's under there.
Right. Behind those jeans. Those straight cut jeans.
Yeah. I mean, I was going to wear shorts earlier.
Right. And now he's like, now I never will. Thanks for letting me know.
Well, now I will wear shorts, some zaddy shorts. Right. Yeah. I got Bulma. It's like one of those tattoo characters that have tattoos on them. Yeah, I did that.
A tattoo of a tattoo.
Yeah. I got Adi's name on it. I've asked her if she'd ever get my name. She's like, no, absolutely not.
She could just be a devout Christian.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
What the problem is?
I used to make the joke that I'd get her initials, which is just AA. So then I could always be like, I used to be an alcoholic, but I beat it.
I was a DUI, killed a family of 4. That's my excuse.
I took a turn, bro. Just to be clear, I did not kill a family of 4.
No, they had it coming. No, I feel you, bro. That's crazy.
It's okay. They were Elon supporters.
Yeah,
we brought it back full circle, bro.
It was a Tesla.
So it was really their fault, you know?
You think the mirror in the car just exploded.
Just exploded. It's spontaneously. Did you hear that the Tesla trucks are being recalled?
Yeah.
Because chunks are just flying off when they're driving?
Yeah. I mean, I could see that. I don't know if I could say some of this stuff. Let's just say I've personally witnessed a lot of Tesla parts based on where I'm from. And they are like, bro, flimsy. Like, it's just like the cheapest plastic. It's crazy. And I'm just like, and honestly, I've seen videos of people like, because, the whole thing of the truck is like, you can take it anywhere, off-road, blah, blah, blah. And then I saw a dude drive through those like 2-foot white picket fences, destroyed the truck. Like, the truck started leaking coolant. It just turned off. And I'm like, you can't even run over a little plastic fence, dude?
No, those things are so poorly built, man. Like, apparently the internal, like, I don't want to say mechanisms, but like the electronics, I guess, because it is like a computer, right?
Yeah, of course. It's an
all of that is built into the frame of the car. So like, say like the door has like chips and wires and stuff.
Yeah.
So if it gets into like any kind of accident, the whole thing is cooked.
It has to be. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. I from what I hear, I've heard interviews with people that used to work there.
Yeah.
And he just tries the hardest to get rid of like any sort of redundance, but it's like to the point where you end up costing like structural sound parts of the vehicle. Like, obviously you can't have everything run in series because of that. You said a headlight goes out, you can't turn the car on. Like, that's fucking insane. And I mean, but it saves on wiring, you know what I mean? But of course, but that's such an inconvenience. Like, what the hell, dude?
That's such an absurd thing to do.
Exactly, because like that means those cars are easily totaled.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
110%.
And then it's like, if you're trying to build this giant mechanism, it has to be light as shit if you're trying to be electric. You know what I mean? Like, no, that's why a lot of this stuff is really cheap, really like barely holding on, because they got recalled because the glue they used on those panels are like cheap as hell, and they're just flying off on people. And I'm just like, that's crazy.
Oh my God, it's like he's the dad from Matilda, you know? Like he's like
whining back the
I'm saying like that's how he builds his vehicles, you know? He's like, usually we weld these, but we're just gonna glue this bad boy on here.
Yeah, we're just paying them, the paint will hold it together. No, it really is. I mean, I don't know, dude. I feel like, I don't know, man. That's crazy. It's so depressing seeing how the fall of Tesla, man. I used to be such a fan.
Oh yeah, same.
I wanted a Model S so bad. The P90D or something like that. P80D. It's like the fastest one.
Yeah.
0 to 60 in like 3
had insane mode.
Right.
Just the fact that it was called insane mode sounded cool. I was like, that's dope.
It used to be funny. Like the reason he came up with the Model S and the X, and he wanted to make a Model E, but they wouldn't let him because it's sex. It's still sex and shit like that. Like, I thought that was funny, right? It's very memey, but
then you realize he's
just a fucking man baby bullshit, like asshole.
He has a lineage from Nazis, you know.
Yeah, I mean that
profited off an apartheid.
I guess,
His family left South Africa because he didn't like that the apartheid was ending.
That's grandpa, right? Yeah. I looked it up when we were talking about it. I had to research it, and I was like,
No, yeah, it's factual.
So his family is American. His grandparents were American, and then his parents were born in Africa, and then he was born in Africa. Or
I thought they were Canadian, bro.
Canadian, sorry.
Yeah.
North American.
Yeah, they're not American.
North
I know for a fact they're not American. They're like Canadian.
Canadian. And so he does have that because he has a citizenship in Canada, and they're like petitioning.
They're trying to like revoke it, which fucking good. I hope he's countryless.
I've never seen Canada like get so upset. Like you've pissed off Canadians, bro.
I'm saying,
like that's crazy.
Like,
yeah, Mike Mayers come out of retirement and to come out here and make all these free fucking
people who
ads.
are like so stereotypically like nice people.
Right.
Like how do you piss them
off?
No,
they done pissed off Canadians. Bro, I've seen so many. Like they do the in the hockey game, they did the anthem for.
Oh yeah, they booed the anthem.
Booed the shit out of the anthem,
which good.
Yeah,
right now they don't deserve it. When you have a president sitting out there talking about like they should be the 51st state, calling their what a prime minister. Do they have a president or prime minister? I think it's prime minister.
They have a new prime minister now.
Yeah, well, like calling the prime minister a governor, like
that was crazy, dude.
Calling Governor Trudeau, I'm like, come on, bro.
I don't know, dude. I don't know. I don't know, man. He just seems like such a bully right now. I mean, period. But I'm just saying, like, this specific moments, like anything he could get a jab at, he will, you know?
Oh, yeah.
And it's kind of like, I mean, people are just, they've had it, man. I mean, they did the whole Canada itself. They're like rejecting all that whiskey, all that American products.
Oh, yeah.
They're selling them back. And like, Tennessee's kind of like, come on, guys.
Yeah, like, we're sorry. We had nothing to do with that.
Yeah,
that doesn't reflect our beliefs.
I don't think so, man. Whatever.
I don't know. Let me look at the voting chart really quick.
Right.
What color was Tennessee?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know what the end game is for that. For requesting Canada, trying to like pretend like you're gonna. Well, I don't know if it's pretend at this point.
Yeah, I don't know if it's pretending because he keeps
it started
saying
off kind of like as a joke, but the fact that he keeps saying it over and over.
He was just on a interview on Fox the other day where he kept talking. Like the last 10 minutes of the interview was him saying like, "We should take Canada. We should take Canada." And haha, it's all fun and jokes. But like, I don't know. That's kind of how like Putin started, right?
What are you doing? It seems like I feel like I do truly like, and I used to feel like, man, you know what? I don't want to alien our audience. Like, we'll see what happens, blah, blah, blah. Because of his first term, it sucked ass, and they did a bunch of crazy shit, but there wasn't, like, the end of the world. I didn't get that end of the world feeling.
Oh, yeah.
Now I feel like it's almost not in, like, radical to say, this is fucking insane.
Nuts.
What the fuck are you doing? Like, this... I don't feel like any sort of that. Like, no, this is crazy. You're an idiot. Like, what are you doing?
I think it's because the first term there were
people in place.
Yeah, people in place that were like, no, we're not doing that.
Right.
And this time he's like, all those people, get the hell out of the room.
He got a bunch of yes men.
Yeah. So everybody's just like, crazy shit. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. I don't know.
No, I agree. I feel like the cabinet is just full of people, which, I mean, you're arguing about DEI, and like none of these people are qualified. Not a single person has experience.
Has the wife of what, WWE running the Board of Education? Like, bro.
Which R.I.P.
I know, yeah. R.I.P.
I actually mentioned this like 4 episodes ago that they were going to get rid of the Department of Education. And literally the first thing they did like 2 days ago was sign that stupid executive order, which that's not how that works, right?
Yeah, they can't get rid of it. But I mean, if you
under
fire
Trump's America, bro, it doesn't matter.
Well,
right?
they can't close it. But like, if you fire half the people there, it's like they can't realistically keep doing what they were doing.
Yeah, they have Vince McMahon's wife as the Department of Education. The dude Seth for the Department of Defense. What's his name? Wasn't he like a Fox News host?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. The drunk.
Yeah.
What's his name?
I don't know. He said he was gonna quit. No, that was Kavanaugh. That was another guy.
That's another guy. No, he was like a talking head. Has like literally has like racist tattoos on him. Like I think he has like a swastika that's no longer a swastika, but like the dude's fucking racist.
And like his only military experience is that he was in the military.
He was in the military. Yeah. He said he was gonna stop drinking. Then his first like press conference, he just pulls out like a glass of whiskey from underneath the podium, and I'm just like,
it didn't matter what you say, man. Republicans were gonna approve it. You know what I mean?
It is true.
Like,
I don't know. It is wild. At what point do you just like? Are they just gonna be like, nah, like that's too far, bro?
I don't understand how you would. The senator cabinets, I feel like the cabinet picks, I feel like were a big like where they should have drawn the line. Like, yeah, okay, you're president, dude, but like you don't do any of this. You know what I mean?
I agree, but at
the very least,
I wasn't surprised.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of them, even when they tried to impeach him, right? What's her face was like, I think he learned his lesson.
Yeah.
Right.
What do you mean, bro?
I was like, get these old people out of the way.
I think he learned his lesson by not giving him any consequences
whatsoever. Did it, but I think he learned his lesson. Yeah. That's what she said. I forgot her name. What the fuck her name is? I don't want to make her relevant. I don't remember her name, but and here we are, man. A lot of senators. I do feel like there's more and more pushback as the day goes on, as the economy tanks, as Tesla drops hard. Right, Tesla's down half, right? They're at $200 and something.
Yeah, it lost all the gains it got since the election.
Right. But they're at their peak, they were at $400 something.
Yeah.
And now they're in the low 200s, 220, 230. And some company, I forgot who, valued them at like 150.
Honestly, if you look at Tesla as a company, it should not be valued at work.
Of course not. I mean, there's a lot of hype. It's like,
honestly, it's just a meme stock at this point. Because like if you look at their like ROI or like any kind of metric, compared to any other car company, there's no way in hell they're valued at what they are. And I understand they keep like saying like, oh, well, it's not a car company, it's a tech company, you know, like they're building AI and like driverless cars. It's like, but they've been saying that for 10 years. Like, oh, within 2 years we're gonna have full automated self-driving. It's like, it's getting worse, if anything.
But can you call yourself that if like your cars are getting worse? Because like they used to have radar, they used to have, and now it's camera based. Automatic driving. So I was like, how are you improving anything? Like if Tesla pulled back on the autos and started selling the software, then I'd get it. You know what I mean? Oh, okay, they're like the number one driving software in all vehicles now. Okay, cool. I understand. No, they're not. It's clearly like we're selling cars.
Exactly. And I truly wonder. So you saw the whole Trump doing the commercial on the White House lawn. I wonder
what the fuck was that?
Fucking nuts. First and foremost, like it looked like a used car salesman.
He
had notes. He had
a paper.
Yeah, that had pricing
and like what comes with what car package. And I was like, this is the leader of the fucking free world selling you a Tesla.
But I do wonder how many people. Obviously, like the people who voted for Trump, the vast majority are in like the middle of this country, you know, like tend to be poor, more rural areas. How many of these people was like, I want to support the president, I want to support Elon, looked up how much a Tesla costs, and we're like, there's no way in fucking hell I can afford that. Wow. And like, is there still a mental disconnect there of like, oh, they're not for me, you know, like this isn't for me.
No, bro, they clearly look at it. They're like, I can get a 120-month term.
Yeah,
on this
zero down.
Only $1,000 for 10 years. I think I can do that. I think
10% interest. Oh my god,
sell the house.
Yeah, second mortgage on the home.
Pull the HELOC. like Jesus Christ.
Yeah. We're losing the farm anyway. Might as well just sell it.
Might as well sell it. Yeah.
I don't know.
No, it is man. I don't know how. This man campaigned on fuck electric cars, fuck EVs, fuck all this.
It's
the next
too woke.
Thing you know, he's selling. They're gonna force us to buy EVs, and now he's selling fucking EVs. Because I mean, like Elon Musk, he's losing power, dude. The lower his stock drops, the less money he has access to, right? And I guess he's like. That's really what's influencing a lot of this. Is like all these campaigns and
He's already been throwing money at Congress people
that oppose him.
Well, that would like to impeach the judges that don't tell Trump not to do this.
Right.
You know? And like, I feel like that should be bribery. You know?
No,
like,
I definitely feel like. I mean, PACs are fucking one thing, but dude, it's just I don't. The fact that he's trying to impeach the judge that stopped him from like. Shipping out people to fucking El Salvador,
a country they're not from.
Have no due process.
Yeah,
like What kind of? I mean, that's the shit you do to terrorists, dude. Not even. I mean, even that people complain that there's conflict. Yeah. Like that's insane. How can you punish people without any sort of due process. To figure out what's going on?
Even
when they got there,
even terrorists get due process, bro. Like, that's crazy.
When they got there, the judge was like, "I need a list of everything on the plane." They're like, "Oh, we don't have it. We don't know."
Yeah.
What do you? And this is what I was complaining about, bro. About all this bullshit deportations. Like it's just an excuse, man. Like because like you make it seem like you're going after.
Yeah, like
these
bad
crimes
people
and this and that, but in reality, they're going after everybody. It doesn't matter if you have a citizenship, anybody they don't like. Yeah. You know what I mean? They're coming after you, and it's proven by how many people. I mean, look at the kid, the Palestinian kid, right?
Yeah, they got snatched up for no reason,
like for standing out up to Trump, right? Yeah. Supposedly, not even. Well, he was at a rally, right?
He is very outspoken, but he's like one of the leaders on I forgot what college he goes, college campus where like anti-Israeli like rhetoric, which if you would like to know my stance, I think what Israel is doing is a fucking genocide, and my heart goes out to those people because that fucking sucks.
I don't even know if I can have a stance now because they can take my fucking green card now.
I mean, for real, yeah.
Like I saw some applications, I think they put it on the fucking site where when you apply, they will do a deep like social media deep dive, and there's some states where like. There's some states in the United States where you cannot oppose Israel. Like if you want to get whatever, you know, you're trying to apply for something, like they find out you're opposing Israel for some reason. I don't understand why that's.
Yeah, I know, right? Like we're not in Israel. Like
I'm not, dude. I completely understand. It's a complicated history, right? Of what's going on over there. Like it's insane. It's decades, literally, of constant war.
Yeah, I mean more than decades. I would say.
Centuries, war, right? I understand the United States has a position in Israel for a reason, strategically. Like it's not even that they like them; it's just no one else there is their friends, and that's the only place that they can have bases in the Middle East. I get that, you know what I mean? But like to sit here and be like, "What's going on is okay," is not.
It's not.
It's like the analogy I say is like if you find out that there's a murder on your street. And you want to get him out, so you just blow up the whole fucking street. Is fucking insane.
That's crazy, yeah.
Like, what the fuck? You know, a shooter goes into school, you're going to blow up the fucking school? Like, come on, bro. Like, that is clearly not...
And the thing is, I don't even think I understand your analogy, but I don't even think it's that, man. Because it's not like we're doing this to drive out Hamas. It's like, no, we want to eradicate these people off the face of the earth.
The excuse is like they're in the hospitals. They're hiding in the hospitals.
Which
they're
is
hiding
nuts.
in the basement of these schools, of these buildings. We have to like blow them up.
Did you hear?
And I'm just like, my guy.
Did you hear?
What the fuck, dude?
Do you know what the World Kitchen is?
No.
So the World Kitchen is like a charity founded by the chef. And sorry, forgot his name. If we had Julius here, he would look it up. But it was founded by this chef where basically they go to like impoverished places or like war torn places to basically give food to the people to help out. During this conflict, they've been doing it both for the Israelis and the Palestinians. Like they've been doing it for both sides.
Anybody needs it.
They were going to deliver food to like the Palestinians because shit, man.
Right. I mean, they're literally
dying out there. In order to do this, especially in like a war-torn area, you have to like communicate to the parties involved, like, hey, we're coming down this street. Yeah. Please don't kill us. And they were like, yeah, sure, cool. Israel was like, go for it, bro. Right. They drive down the road, get shot, get like blown up by missiles. Yeah. And the thing is, those missiles, they were like, oh, it's an accident. Those missiles are targeted. Like you have to paint a target. You have to point a little laser and be like, oh, it's right there. It's not a mortar strike where it's just random. It's like, no, we're targeting that thing.
Exactly.
So not only are they like, I feel like that's a fucking war crime. I don't know.
I think a lot of it is like, you're not allowed to hit hospitals. You're not allowed to there's a lot of things that are part of the Geneva Convention that you're just not allowed to do in war, right? People are allowed to like collect their dead and do all whatever. And I mean, you know, I guess they feel like it's not war. What would it be?
I guess it's not because it's a genocide, bro. Like Jesus,
man. And that's what I'm saying. Like a lot of people too complain on the internet. Well, man, these are protecting people that like, because like if you're gay or whatever, oh, they would hate you or whatever. And I'm like, that doesn't. I mean, whatever, bro. Like that's not my problem. My problem is what's happening right now. You know what I mean? Like I don't care what their beliefs in or what, because it's obviously I don't even know what's going on, but what I know for a fact is that it just doesn't seem right, man. What's going on is insane. All these videos of children,
Yeah.
starving and losing parents, losing limbs. Like,
Dude, you see videos of like people trying to find their children in piles of bodies. You know?
It's a country. Well, I guess, is it considered a country? I'm not sure. Right. Fine. It's a country, right? That's comprised mostly, I think it's like
40%
children, like 17 and under, 18 and under. Like most of them are underage.
Yeah.
Like that's insane, right? And I don't see. It really does feel like the end game is, well, let's just eradicate them.
Yeah, I mean, it is. Let's be real. I mean,
it doesn't seem to be any sort of like resolution.
Yeah, there's no path to peace,
right?
You know, and I don't know. My argument to them having certain views or whatever. One, no group of people is a monolith. Like you can't say like everybody here has this belief.
Yeah,
but even if a good chunk of the population does, that's no reason to kill all of them.
Right.
Like there's
kill anybody.
I mean, yeah. For a fact. Like you look at the South, man. There are so many regressive policies, so many regressive ways of thinking in the population. I wouldn't blow up Atlanta. Like that's crazy,
exactly,
man.
Yeah. I mean, that's like, why are you playing executioner, man? Like, what's this Judge Dredd?
Exactly.
What the fuck,
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't. And then I feel like we missed an episode, and it's just we're just so full of like what's been happening in the last 2 weeks. You know what I mean? I'm just like, it's hard not to go down this rabbit hole, but there's so much to talk about. Every day there's something new.
It really is. It's every day. I keep thinking like the anxiety will end. Right. It can't be any worse.
No, it's just what it's like being when Trump's in office. They won't shut the fuck up about him, right? And I mean, obviously it's him because he won't fucking stop doing crazy shit. Like he just like from what I recently what I heard was he's revoking like 500,000 green cards from or temporary
like visas.
No, they're residencies, temporary. They call them temporary. They're green cards, but they're from people from like refugees.
Okay.
So like Cubans, Haitians, Venezuelans, people who come from political countries. What's it called? Yeah. So he's revoking apparently 500,000 people's green cards, and everybody on TikTok is like, damn.
Asylum.
Yeah, it's like asylum seekers.
They're asylum seekers.
And then people are like, damn, them Cubans must be real mad right now. Because, I mean, a lot of them voted for Trump.
Right? Yeah, facts.
Right. And it's just, I mean, that's insane. If you can do that, dude, then I really don't. I thought I was a permanent resident. And I was looking like, I got to get my citizenship.
Well, that's the thing.
Started,
I don't think it
bro.
ultimately matters, man.
No.
Even me, who I am like a citizen, I was born here, like from birth. My parents were born here. I'm still scared for the simple fact that I am brown and I have tattoos. Like I hate doing this so much, like comparing it to like Nazi Germany, because I feel like people immediately like disconnect, like, bro, not that deep.
Right.
But it's like that's kind of how it starts, you know? And speaking of like the people that were like recently getting deported on those flights, first of all, they sent some back because they were like, they're not Venezuelans. Like you can't send them here. And then they sent women, which they were like, you said you were sending like men connected to this gang.
Salvador. Salvador, right? They sent them to Salvador.
Yeah, but they're sending Venezuelans there.
Right.
And and
just immigrants, right?
Yeah. And they were like, no. So they sent them back, which just shows how little oversight there is. You know? Like they're sending women. Like they weren't supposed to do that. But that goes to show how little oversight there is and who they're sending, why they're sending. They even said like one dude was a soccer player, I believe, for Venezuela.
Yeah,
he was a soccer player, and they detained him
because he had a tattoo.
Because he had a tattoo. The tattoo was a Real Madrid. Like one of the most popular soccer clubs out there. You know,
but it's just an excuse.
It's just an excuse.
Yeah, I know we don't watch soccer like that, but America doesn't watch soccer like that. Yeah. But I mean, come on, bro, you don't recognize a
I'm saying, bro.
Real Madrid tattoo,
or just be like, yo, I'm sure he said it. You know, like Google it, bro. Like. But that's the thing. They don't care. They don't fucking care.
And that's the thing. I mean, it's like, it's kind of like your life depends on like living TSA agents. Like not living, TSA agents running your life. They don't give a shit. Like they're trying to get you through the fucking system, right? Like take your fucking shoes off. Like, you know what I mean?
Go.
Like just fucking go, right? Like they don't care whether or not you're lying or telling the truth, or in any situation where because they're not even like. First of all, being undocumented is not a fucking crime, right? It's at the worst a civil civil offense, right? Like, I think if you have a traffic stop, me and you are probably on the same boat of doing illegal shit, right? And it's like for you to anytime you're in an instance where you have people in a prison like environment, they're gonna get treated like shit or less than, right? Even if you don't really deserve to be there, you're innocent, whatever, it doesn't matter, right? There's too many people in the system going through it, trying to process. You're trying to get out of it. People are just tune you out. You're gonna be treated like shit. They're not gonna look at your case individually. They're gonna just kind of run you to the machine, and you're gonna end up fucked. It's not until at what point are you gonna determine like, oh wait, guys, this guy's okay. He's actually a citizen. Oh, hey, no, it's gonna be like, we'll let Fox News figure it out. We'll let
For real, bro.
We'll Univision interview this guy.
Them litigate it in the courts. Go ahead, bro.
Right. We'll figure it out.
Like so it's so crazy. I don't know. It's scary and like I worry. Obviously. Yeah,
they've started to like on the USCIS. If you're undocumented, you have to report yourself. If you apply for something, get denied, you're getting deported. You're getting deported. Like now, if you apply for DACA, you don't get it. Yeah, you're gonna get deported.
If you're going through the process of anything, like even if you're married and like going through the process of getting citizenship, they're like, nah, get out, bro.
Yeah, like if you go to renew your green card, which is when you have a green card, you're a permanent resident. Like United States is your home. It is kind of like one step below citizenship, right?
Okay.
But not anymore. Apparently, it's not permanent. Permanent doesn't mean permanent anymore. You know?
I mean, shit. Who knows if permanent means permanent?
Yeah, because in their eyes, they're like, if you want to renew and you did some fuck shit, they can get rid of you. Yeah, that's kind of like the whole idea. But with the administration right now, it's almost like you might as well have a work visa. You might as well have like it doesn't really mean anything.
I mean, nothing means anything because he was trying to take away birthright citizenship. So at that point, like, do I have birthright citizenship? You know, like.
Right.
I don't know, man.
I don't know.
Scary times.
But I do see some pushback. I will say I'm starting to see some people, like some true moderates, speak up, right? Not a moderate, but I will say the Supreme Court judge, that Robert, what's his name? Was like Trump.
Yeah,
it's like, bro, you're trying to impeach this man because you don't like his ruling. That's not how the courts work. Like, there's an appeal process for that. Stick to that. Like, being an idiot. I'm just saying, I'm giving credit because
give credit when it was due.
Exactly.
I guess,
I appreciate you speaking up because it's bullshit. Like, that's insane, right? I saw a speech recently at the ARC. I don't remember what the fuck that stands for, but it was moderate Republican explaining how Trumpism has really changed. Like, he's saying it's destroyed Christianity. It's destroyed like. It's all become about being less conservative and more anti-left, which is insane because we used to want to progress society, and now all we want to do is fuck the other side over. Yeah. And everybody was like, he was speaking at this what I thought is like a mostly conservative place, and he said he was blaming Trump, and people were clapping in the crowd, and he's like, you guys are supposed to boo to that, like what the hell, like, and so he found it very strange, and I was like, that's kind of like. I respect that this man would like put his, go up there and speak and have like strong views. And the crowd was clearly like, not everybody, but it was like a quarter of the crowd was like supporting him out front. And I'm just like, I'm hoping more people like that speak up against at least the very fucking insane shit.
Worst shit.
You know what I mean? Like,
I guess.
At least there is some pushback, which gives me like, I don't know.
I kind of disagree.
Yeah.
I kind of disagree. One on the Supreme Court judge, who he's like the senior most. I forget what the title is.
Robert something.
Yeah. Like, you're the same motherfucker that gave him immunity from prosecution while he's the president.
Right.
Like, this is partially your fault, if not a good chunk.
No, I agree.
Fault.
I agree.
And then as far as like any congressperson on the left, on the right, that like sits out there and like does his lip service of just like, we need to stop him. It is literally your job to stop him. Like, especially like during the State of the Union address where all the Democrats were sitting there with their little purple shirts and their little signs. That gave the same energy as the celebrities when they sang Imagine during COVID. Yeah. Same energy, bro. Yeah. Like, it infuriates me. Protesting is for us. It's for the people. Your job is to hold them accountable, and they're not doing that. So I genuinely do not care what the hell they say to us. I care about what the hell they do when they're in that fucking chamber.
That's very true because, I mean, like, for example, what happened last week with Schumer. A lot of people were, especially AOC and Bernie and them, were like, you don't have to accept this budget deal or whatever the fuck you're doing. Like, if they want it, they have to beg us for it.
Yep.
And if they, they have to meet our requirements in order for them. And Schumer, for some fucking reason, decided, no, they can have it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, what are you doing? Like, everyone's calling for his resignation right now. Because he's like, I guess in his mind, he's like, we don't want to shut the government down. And I'm like, who cares if you're firing half the fucking workforce in the government? And I mean, like it's only going to get worse. Some people are going to be permanently shut down, right?
Yeah.
I think they let go the IRS. They fired 10% of their workers, 18,000 people.
Yeah,
like,
and like
for what, dude?
Oh, easy. So rich people could like lie on their taxes and get away with it.
Well, that's even fucking worse. That's going to cost even more money.
Yeah, because we're not getting the tax revenue.
Right.
Like they're already not paying taxes, bro.
Right.
Like now they're just not paying the little bit that they usually pay.
Were paying. Yeah. That they were fucking us over.
Exactly.
For, right?
And like Schumer, I understand his thinking where it was a very damned if you do, damned if you don't. Because if they were to say like, no, we can't, then obviously they're gonna blame them, right? Like shit is bad because of them. But my thing is like, if you're damned if you, damned if you don't, and I'm going down, I'm taking you with me, bro.
I feel like
I'm gonna make us all look bad.
Fuck, where was I going? It was talking about I want to say Amy Schumer. That's not his name. Something Schumer. Yeah. So Schumer letting people off, should have got the budget gun. He didn't have to pass it. They're afraid that the economy was going to shut down, that the government was going to shut down.
I don't know.
Fuck, dude. I don't
know. Coming back to you. I don't know. I feel like we got very political very fast.
Yeah, we might have to like move some of that around, but that's all right. I mean, I feel like it's stuff that I want to talk about. It was definitely things that have been bothering me, and like every day I look at the news, it just piles on more and more.
Yeah, it's exhausting.
What I mean? But I'm hoping. I think you see a lot of people come around, man. I think you're starting to see more and more people being like, I didn't vote for that. That's not what I agree with. Which is, I know it's frustrating. It's like a single. What's it called? Single issue voters. Like, just don't vote. If you don't even pay attention to what's going on. But I do respect people having the gut to be like, I'm not gonna put up with this. That's not what I. Some people will like double down. Like the guy that got his wife deported. Did you hear about that?
I've heard like 8 stories like that.
He voted for Trump and his wife got deported, and he made a GoFundMe to try to get her back. And they asked, what do you think about Trump? He's like, I still like him. He's still my president. This and that. And I'm just like, just say you didn't like your wife, bro. Just say you wanted to get divorced, my guy. Like
every time I hear someone like defending Elon or Trump, I'm like, you know he's not gonna fuck you, right?
He doesn't like you, bro. Yeah. And this is what happens when you run a country like a company, which they so wanted. You know what I mean? What's the first thing to do is lay people off.
Yeah.
Like instead of cutting their yachts and bonuses and shit, right? Like we should be doing, right? They're just like, we'll just fire all the lowest.
That'll definitely save us
people.
A chunk, you know?
We just have to pay twice as much to rehire, to replace. Who cares? Down the road. But I won't be president then, so who gives a shit? Well,
at least when it's a company, there's no like grander ramifications. Right. Here,
you're fucking. The damage being done is like.
Yeah, airplanes are falling out the sky, bro. Yeah, like, come on.
Like, it's going to take so long to repair any of this. Like,
so that is something I wanted to talk about. So it is very interesting because I looked into this because I wondered this. Because I am scared where we're going. And everybody's like, maybe there'll be an end in sight, right? And like, if this like Trump era, this MAGA era dies, what happens? Does something rise from the ashes and take its place? Or is there kind of a de-MAGAification of the country? Because Germany, after World War II, there was like a huge denazification.
Right. I mean, to this day, you can't
right?
do any of that shit.
You can't do that shit. And like, I truly wonder what's going to happen here. Because America historically is not a place that punishes the loser.
Right.
You think about the Civil War. We have fucking military bases and statues named after these guys. So what happens at the end?
I don't know. I think it's very complicated. I think it's going to have to get so bad that people feel disillusioned and they feel like they've been tricked. Like we've been used. Yeah. You see that a lot. You see that on a lot of these immigrants for Trump, Cubans for Trump. They go on there and be like, he used us. And I'm just like, I feel like it gets to a point where people feel like maybe the internet is a lie. Maybe everything is bullshit and and they're not coming after us. And you know what I mean? I don't know. Hopefully that's the case. And people can turn around and be like, that we're never gonna do that again.
Yeah.
Which hopefully is an option in the
for
future.
Real. That's what I'm
I
saying.
mean?
I'm wondering if at that point it's too late,
I definitely feel like Congress or whoever is gonna be in charge is gonna be like, we're gonna have to physically write these laws into place, right? Because a lot of it falls on a trust system. It falls on a system where like we vote for someone that like has the ethics and morals to like
represent
and just not go overstep boundaries, not push the courts into a submission. You know what I'm saying? Like there's somebody that's like, this is how it works, and I'm gonna stick to how it works. We all agree to how that works, because a lot of it is based on trust. You know, we can see it today. What's going on with Trump? All the shit he's doing is illegal, and it's going through. It's happening because they're like, well, it's not supposed to happen, but we don't have anything in place. There's no president police, right? But to go in and arrest the president when he does bad shit. Now I feel like they're gonna have to create something.
There was there was like a committee that was held responsible for basically investigating the president after Watergate. It was in place. One of the first things Trump did when he got there was fire the head of it and like start dismantling.
Yeah,
I forgot what it was. I'll Google it.
I mean, that's the point. Basically, he doesn't have the right to fire them, and they repeatedly said, like, they kept telling him, "You don't have the right to fire."
Oh yeah, I think we are talking about the same.
And he said, "Well, we're gonna escort you out if you don't get out of here." And they just kept showing up to work, and they just kept getting escorted out.
Yep.
And it wasn't until, I mean, I guess he just gave up after a while.
Because I think we are talking about the same thing.
Yeah, I forget what they're called too, but they basically do that. They make sure that nobody steps out of line.
Yeah, like they're supposed to like. It's just another thing that's supposed to be a check and balance,
right?
But like, bro, all that shit they taught us in school of like, checks and balances.
There's no physical. Christ. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Like, there is no real like. It's like saying I'm gonna call the cops, but the cops don't exist. The cops is on a trust system that you're gonna do the right thing. You know what I mean? Like, there's an idea of cops. I have a concept of cops.
A concept of a cop,
but there's no real cop.
There's no real cop.
Right. That's kind of how it is in the government. Like, you know,
somebody's supposed to be holding them accountable.
Right. But everybody's just looking around waiting to see who's gonna do it. Right.
Exactly. That's the thing. I
do feel like there's gonna be more of that, maybe, of actual. Which, I mean, you know, it sucks that we live in a society where we have to like. I mean, I guess that's. At the end of the day, we're still like animals, right?
I guess, yeah. I just wish we were more like the French, bro.
Oh man, you know, we were like the French, dude. Bro. We'd have healthcare.
I'm saying
we'd have like a 3-day work days.
Like as soon as something goes wrong, riots. Let's go riots,
blow it up, dude. Destroy it. It's crazy how little it takes. I think they were getting like taxed like 1% more.
Yeah,
and they said
riots.
He's like, you just open the closet, pull out the riot gear. All right, babe, this ain't working today. All right, honey, have a good day. Have a good day rioting.
For
like
real. They are ready.
Yeah,
like just a glass case, breaking case, like riots,
breaking case tax.
Yeah. I feel like, I don't know, when the French Revolution happened, they're like, oh, this shit kind of works, bro. Let's keep this in our back pocket, you know? Like now, just every time something happens, they must have not learned. They must have not learned.
I don't know. And it's so crazy because, you know, you hear, I don't know if you've seen that interview with Elon Musk, and he's like, I just don't understand why people are so angry at me. Like, we're doing good things here. And like, and he's saying like, I just don't understand where the hate comes from. And I'm just like, bro, if you don't, just get out of here, man. Like, go home. Nobody told you to be here,
just
bro.
Leave.
Like, and he's just like, he's truly like,
it's very much like the same shit they be saying to us. Like, if you don't like it, leave. If you don't like it, leave.
Right.
Get the hell out, bro. Like, Jesus Christ.
I don't know. It's kind of funny. Anyways, I'm hoping enough people come around. We start, honestly, best case scenario, I feel like people just start stalling everything. Like, and the government just doesn't do anything for the next 3 years.
Yeah.
Until he's elected out. You know what I mean? Until midterms. And then get him impeached, I guess. I don't fucking know. That's like, in my mind, that's best case scenario.
Yeah.
That like, I'm not saying we're gonna have a Christmas story. We're gonna have like Republicans switch. Oh my God, we gotta save the country. None of that's gonna happen. But at the very least, you can just stall the government.
If there's like a Christmas story, it's gonna be Die Hard, bro. Like Jesus Christ,
it's gonna be the Grinch.
Yeah.
No, so I don't know. I mean, hopefully, you know. There's a lot of people I do see. I mean, I'm telling you personally, I'm seeing a lot more people being like, nah, I didn't vote for this. Nah, I don't agree with that. I mean, some people still ask, like, some people ask me, like, someone asked me, what does the Department of Education even do? And I'm just like,
apparently not enough for your dumbass.
And I'm just like, I mean, my question was like, the point is, like, what they want to do supposedly, right, is take break them up, separate them into agencies that are already doing something. Let's say loans being sent to the IRS, right? And my thing is, what difference does it make if 1,000 employees at the Department of Education handle loans versus moving that to IRS, and now they have to hire 1,000 fucking employees to handle the extra fucking work. Unless you're gonna throw all of it.
But that's a nuanced thought, which a lot of people don't tend to have, because they're firing people from the IRS. So it's kind of like,
now it's even more like, what?
Yeah. But that's the thing. That logically, it doesn't make sense. But that's not something they want to apply to it. They don't want to dig that deep into the issue. It's very clear, like, they're dismantling it to like funnel money away from public education.
No, Department of Education, literally, it does have this sense of like, I don't want to say racism, but definitely discrimination, because one of the key aspects of it is try to balance the budget for a lot of these really like poor schools or low income areas, because like your school is funded by the local government, local taxes, and there's some states where there's just not enough. I mean, some counties are just, they don't get enough funding, so the Department of Education takes funding and tries to spread it to those schools so they have a better chance of a decent education. I mean, statistically speaking, people that go to a better funded school, you know, with better equipment, better resources, make it further in life, you know. So it's like there's a lot of that. They handle the student loan programs. They handle all kinds of shit, and it's just like, first of all, I don't understand. Even if, what's the point of moving them around, dude? If you're just gonna kind of scatter the education stuff left and right all over the place, why not keep it all in one place? You know what I mean? I don't.
Yeah, because again, it's just a way from them to funnel money away from public school. All that money that's going to the like you said, like redistribute that money to public schools that don't have enough funding. They don't want that. Obviously, they want the poor people to stay uneducated. They want them to stay poor. You know, they don't want them making out of the hood. Like, that's their ultimate goal. Educated population just hurts them.
Right. I mean, yeah, statistically speaking, people with bachelor's degrees and master's degrees tend to vote blue. Right. And I mean, they obviously don't like that, right?
Yeah, they're even attacking that, where they're like these woke colleges and like they come out radicalized. It's like kind of the, you know, calling us radicalized, like, Jesus Christ.
It just, I mean, not only does it help with funding, but they also handle, like, they measure the metric of the United States, like education in the United States, how everyone is doing and where they should be, to help kind of balance resources and figure out, all right, what programs are working, what programs aren't working.
Yeah.
They don't handle any like curriculum. That's on a state level. State handles like what gets taught where and when. They just want to know, can everyone read? No? Okay, let's figure out why, or, you know, whatever, right? And that's important. Why wouldn't you want that?
Exactly.
Every state's going to have a different third reading grade level. That would be insane.
That's nuts.
Right? Like,
I don't know. And it's so funny that, like, it's not funny. Not funny, haha. No, but, you know, it's like, yeah, I'm fair. It's wild to me that the people who are going to be hurt by this the most, the people who live in like poor rural areas, voted red. You know, like, these are the people that even right now they're probably cheering on the fact that like the Board of Education is being shut down. Meanwhile, they're gonna find out very shortly once schools in their county start closing down. You know,
that's crazy, because my biggest thing is, we've been through COVID. We've been through in the situation where there were tons of kids at home being taught at home, and parents went through hell, bro. I mean, kids literally are like, the COVID kids that grew up in the area are like, all of them, they're behind in reading, they're behind on like most metrics because of that gap. Yeah. Right. And it's like, why would you want to permanently remove resources from kids and be in that situation all the time? You know what I mean? That's insane. And they didn't just do that. They also got rid of, they recently closed down it's like some agency for museums and library services or something like that. And I told Ceci, which sucks because we go to like a library for kids program. Ceci goes every like Tuesdays and Thursdays for Emiliano. And it's like an early like pre-K, pre-kindergarten thing for kids to get together and like, you know,
socialize
and understand. It's a free service done by the libraries. And I mean, all that stuff gone for what?
Yeah,
dude?
for what?
I mean,
and they're saying like it's a save money. Like we're doing it to save money. When you think about it, it's a drop in the bucket. Like the amount of money it takes to fund these things, drop in the bucket in the grand scheme of
Someone
things.
did the math on like what laying off some of these people would cost. I think it was like $5. Congratulations.
Yeah.
I'd much rather pay that $5, bro. What the fuck? Yeah. You're laying off thousands of people for no fucking reason.
They were saying the saving, again, this was like a congressperson. I don't know. I don't know, but we'll put in notes or something. I don't fucking know.
I'll Google it.
Yeah.
Thanks, Julius.
Thanks, Julius. There was a congressperson who was basically saying like the amount of money they saved from firing all these people was like 1 day of spending in the US, like 1 day of government spending. Right. So it's like, what did you really save?
Right.
You know?
And I'm not anti like reform.
Yeah.
I'm all for reform, bro. Like if the idea was to like examine, investigate, figure out where the failures are in the Department of Education, for example, redistribute the money and maybe put it towards funding teachers. Yeah. You know, creating better programs, after school programs, whatever. Because for every dollar invested in a child, I forgot what the percentage was, but it's like $3 or $4 back in the future. Like the more you spend on children, the more the country makes back in the long run. And it's like I'm all for this like real reform and like education reform and budget spending reform. You know, like that Jon Stewart clip I saw, make the military pass an audit, force them to pass because they haven't been able to in the last fucking decade, right? Like cut funding for pharmaceutical companies because it's like, why are you subsidizing these companies and it still costs millions of dollars? I mean, for the average person to get the prescription, like what's the point in subsidizing if you still can't afford it? You know what I mean? All these oil companies getting subsidies, it's like when they're making like record fucking profits every year. And it's like, why are there's billions and billions of dollars? That's literally, it's kind of like the concept of like recycling when they rely on the individual, when you could just kind of, the companies are the ones that should take the load of that. It's like you're looking at the pennies, you know what I mean? It's like you own a fucking Lamborghini, but you can't afford groceries, and you're just like, I guess I gotta cut Netflix.
Yeah, for
like,
real.
What the fuck is Netflix? Sell the goddamn Lamborghini.
That's
like,
a good analogy.
What are we doing here?
Yeah.
Like, why are we? No, right?
That's facts.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's just there's so much better ways to reform and cut spending, because I do agree the debt is the U.S. The national debt is getting out of hand. I think it's in like the $30 trillion, right? Yeah. And the worse it gets, the more we don't want interest, the more the Fed rates have to stay low, right? And it's like, it's just blowing up inflation. I mean, it's going to be a fucking problem. At some point, it will roll, what's called like snowball into a situation, a bigger issue down the line, you know what I mean? So I get it. But I mean, this is like just creating chaos just to create chaos, just to like show people that they're doing something. I feel like, you know what I mean? Almost just for no reason. You know what I mean?
No, well, there is reasons. Let's be real.
I mean, it's like hiding their real intentions behind like bullshit, right?
And they don't see the long term. Maybe they do know the long term ramifications, because there are, like you said, there are like raising the national debt ceiling. Crazy. Yeah. Like the fact that most people take on absurd amount of debt today, you know, crazy. The fact that like now they're cutting education. So like you said, that future income or like future like tax revenue is no longer going to be there. Nuts. Like you think about it, we're always saying like, oh, China's beating us in this. China's beating us in that. One of the things that China does very well is invest in education. Yeah. Like they are very, very much like pro education. They even like had like buses and trains go into more rural areas to pick up kids to bring them to school, you know?
Well, I mean, there's a big case for that. Is because in order for a society like them to work, like in order for communism to work, China understands you have to meet a bare minimum you have to keep people happy. If you want them to live in the world that you created, they have to be happy. Yeah. So you have to meet these expectations, right? Of healthcare, education, standard of living. And that doesn't really exist in America, right?
No,
in America,
it doesn't.
Because the corporations are kind of like, hey man, it's whatever is the cheapest option, right? Wherever we can save a buck.
I feel like America took the opposite approach where it's like, let's keep them so tired, so overwhelmed to the point where they can't even think about being unhappy.
The idea of capitalism, I feel like regulated capitalism is truly meant to be like, if people don't like it, it gets fixed. If people, wherever people will go to whatever meets their needs best. But when you start like, creating these goddamn conglomerate monopolies that control everything and how everything is run and who owns what. When you buy a bag of chips and they're all from the same company, you know what I mean? You have that illusion of choice. It's not real.
Correct. Yeah.
It's not real. And so nothing ever gets better. Everything just keeps getting worse and worse and sold to the lowest bidder. Like, it sucks, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It sucks because, like you said, they're... In a perfect world, it should work, right? But we have this like weird crony capitalism that like you said, is just one company that owns 18 different things, and
it just doesn't super work in a society where like ethics is up to the individual, right? Where like if we had a society where we all were on the same page of like some of these hardcore other countries where like you're not allowed to have purple hair or whatever. Yeah. I'm not saying go that extreme, but I'm just saying there is this like common like understanding of like what's acceptable and what's not. And in America, it's not that, it's not like that. It's like whatever. It's on the individual, like society. There's no real society.
Everybody has a different way of viewing everything.
Yeah.
Like literally everything.
And I mean, this a part of it is from because we have so many cultures come in.
Yeah.
but nobody's looking out for anybody. Everyone's looking out for themselves. Right?
It's very individualistic.
Yeah, very individual society.
Yeah. And you look at it, a lot of Asian countries, a lot of like Hispanic countries, like Latin countries, they are very like catered to groups, right? Like it's not just like, oh, it's just me, my come up. It's very much like,
no, it's family.
Take care of the family. Like it takes a village type stuff, One
of the things I see from, sorry, I don't mean to cut you off.
Go for it.
From like, for example, like the podcast I was talking about, Stavi's World. He's like, he's Greek. Okay. So he grew up with Greek family, and he's like, he mentions it all the time. He looks white. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Greek and Italians are probably like the spiciest white people, right?
Because some of them are a little tan, but like
they're still white. But I mean, they've got some culture in the sense of like that's some spice in their meatballs, right? Yeah. Very different from like conventional European. But I'm just saying he's like it's so different from American culture, like because our culture is all about family, it's all about this, it's very heavy family, and it's not like that in America. Even he acknowledges that how different the culture is from being not family oriented. Because even in Mexico, like a lot of people, the homeless rate is so low, right? Because people just take people back in.
This is not come live with us, bro.
Why are you on the streets? Right? Why are you? Like, there's a lot of that. There's a lot of common, like, you do things to help the family, not not the individual. And there's shitty people everywhere. But I'm just saying, in general, most people tend to stick together, tend to support their family, people they love, people they're friends with. And in America, there's this very huge like, fuck siblings, fuck family, fuck everybody else, fuck anybody. Like there's no like. I don't know, man. Which I get it, man. Some people are really shitty.
Yeah. Sometimes that's not wrong.
Sometimes,
say, like,
of
fuck
course
this person,
not. For your mental health or whatever,
exactly.
like, do what you have to do. But I'm just saying, in general, just because they didn't buy you a bag of Cheetos, you're just going to cut them off.
Just cut them off.
Right. They didn't invite you to the movies, so that's it. I'm never talking to you again.
Well, first and foremost, you don't invite me to movies. We're not friends. I want that to be clear I haven't been
to the movies in like 2 years, all right.
That's crazy.
We just paid $30 on Prime. Like, the at-home releases. We get like the off-brand popcorn. Yeah. You know what I mean? A $20 steak, and we watch a movie. That's what we do. Yeah, that's right. We save money.
That's funny.
Any chance I get.